Welcome to Chicago. This is a little play on words, S-H-E. Because we're interviewing women in Chicago. I'm here with the wonderful, the beautiful Alana. Alana, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and then we'll talk about, how we met, how you know me.
I love it. Hi, my name's Alana. For everyone, I have lived in Chicago for about 12 years. And it's been a fun experience. I currently work for an amazing brand called Dermaflash.
Right. So we brought it today. It's an at-home dermaplaning tool. Shout out Dermaflash. Just plugging them today. The reason I brought it is because she is on the box. That's her right there. You go to Nordstrom, Sephora, where else is this little QVC? Actually, she was on QVC. Should have pulled up that video too. Maybe we can put it a little in the highlight reel today, later. But she's on the box too, so.
Yeah, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm originally from Ypsilanti, Michigan. Not many people know that. I'm not sure, but I don't do that. I do not do that. I don't do that. And I've been here since 2007.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right. So I met you through someone else on the box.
Yes.
Her name is Jen. We'll also shout out Jen Chan Glam because she would be very upset if she didn't get her name shouted out at some point.
Awesome.
So met you through Jen, worked with Dermaflash, been to the office, heard about your photo shoots, know pretty much everybody that works for your brand.
Yeah.
So, we're friends.
It's not my brand. Just want to let the people know.
That's okay. You're on the box, so close enough. For me, right? I'll be like, her brand. Kind of her brand. Not really, but that's okay. She's on the box, so basically.
Shout out to Dara, our founder.
Look at you.
Yeah,
she's going to be very excited. Well, hopefully, So, so this is the brand. This is who she works for. All right, so let's get started. So we're talking about women in Chicago, doing it kind of from a different place this time. I want to do it. I mean, you've been to these panels. You've been to these panels with me, actually.
Sure.
We've been to a few. And I feel like a lot of these panels are kind of the same thing. You go, you hear from these women, and it's a lot of the same questions. How are we building women up? And how did you face adversity? And how did you get through an all-man's workplace? Which is, great, but it kind of becomes stagnant. And it's the same answers. And I feel like these panels have kind of plateaued. And so I kind of want to talk to women, but from a different perspective, just kind of get to know who they are and kind of find out about their lives.
Sure.
So the first thing, and probably easily the most important thing to me, is brunch.
Yes.
I know you love brunch.
This
makes my life so much easier. So if you had to pick, are you a brunch, lunch, or dinner type of person? If you had to pick.
I definitely would say I'm much more of a dinner person.
Okay.
I love the intimacy of dinner, that you're able to kind of wind down from your day, enjoy conversation with whoever that you're with. So it's always enjoyable. So I love dinner.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a brunch person, but let's go off dinner because I like that. Because last time we talked about brunch, so let's talk about dinner. If you had to pick one place to recommend, where would you tell people to go to dinner?
Avec.
Really?
I love.
I don't think that was what I was expecting from you. Okay.
I love, the experience of going to a place that people are warm and friendly, but you can get an amazing meal. To me, that's a great combination. I know that there's beautiful places in the city that I really enjoy, but I have to admit, there's nothing like when I walk into a Avec, I feel like I'm at home. I feel very relaxed. Yeah.
And can you tell people what neighborhood that's in?
It's in the West Loop. Right off Jefferson.
Right by your house.
Randolph, yes. That's why I love it.
Right. And you touched on something that was actually interesting to me. You called it warm and friendly. And I feel like whenever people answer this question, right, we haven't had too many people on here yet, but I feel like whenever people describe the places that they like to go to, they're also suddenly describing their personality.
Sure.
Would you, because I would, but would you consider yourself warm and friendly?
Sometimes.
Because I feel like you genuinely are.
Sometimes.
So I think it's interesting when we pick these places and we like them because it kind of mirrors our personality and the people we want to be around.
Sure.
So I always think that's really interesting when we talk about it. So when you go to dinner, My next big thing. Do you order drinks?
Yes, glasses of wine all the time. I love wine.
That was literally my next question was
Yeah.
what do you normally order at dinner? If you're at dinner, what are you ordering?
Usually like a Pinot Noir. It's cold outside right now. It's my go-to.
What about in summer?
Relax. Summertime, it's probably like a Pinot Grigio.
Or a rosé.
I've
been with you and I've had a bottle of rosé.
Yes,
Who doesn't love a good bottle of rosé?
Yes, it's delicious.
All right, so I'm going to list off a few scenarios for you. I want you to tell me what you'll drink if you go out.
Okay.
So first one, if you're out with your girls. Not really like dinner, but you're like out. You know, maybe you're not in your party days anymore, but you're out and you're like, I need to have a good time. I'm talking like good time. You know?
Okay. I might do a Manhattan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is surprising today. I feel like I'm learning things about you that I didn't know before. What about when you're on a date?
It's a glass of wine usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you're on a date. I mean, I know your situation now, but, prior, because I've known about your other situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're on a date and it's going south.
Yeah.
The date is just bad.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm going to stick out this date. What do you order?
Well, I probably would not do that.
Okay.
There's no need to waste time. So.
Well, what if you're like mid-meal? And then you're like, you know what, I need to have a second drink.
It'd probably be like a Manhattan, something really, grabbing, so I can get through this.
Right. What about if you're at an event? Like you're at a work function, you're just at something where you need to be a little more important. You obviously can't really get drunk, but you still want to have a good drink.
Glass of wine. It's a go-to.
I'm a champagne kind of person.
Yeah, delicious.
I'm like, let me get some bubbles.
Yeah,
let me get a little bit of that fizz.
Yeah.
All right, and the last one. What about when you are stepping out and you're like, I'm a bad bitch today?
Yeah.
Like you walk out your house, you're going to this bar, and you know what? You're like, my hair looks good, my skin looks good, my outfit looks good. What are you drinking?
I would say a glass of Champs. Champs always makes you feel good. It makes you feel really sparkly. And it's like you got that little sparkle, but it's not like you have something like a shot of tequila. So
really? Because I was literally about to tell you my answer was going to be tequila. When I'm like walking out and I feel like a total badass, I'm like, I'm going to pound some tequila tonight. I'm about to take a few shots, maybe hit up a double, something like that.
Okay.
So speaking of being a badass, you're walking out your house, right? You're going to go have a glass of champagne. You're like, I'm just feeling it tonight. What are you wearing? I'm talking like ideal, like you're stepping out. You're like, I had a really good day at work. My relationship is going really well.
Yeah.
I need to look like a boss. What are you wearing?
I love a dress. There's nothing like a dress and a pair of stilettos for me.
Okay.
Makes me feel real good.
And what color dress, ideally?
I actually like patterns. I love vibrant colored patterns. I think it's fun. It makes you feel very girly. And a great stiletto, that strut is everything. So I have to have that.
Right. I love a good stiletto too. I'm a big, like, when I'm feeling like a boss bitch, I love a good, like, monochrome look. Mm-hmm. Like, I love to step out in, like, all red. Like, I love to just show up and be like, red top, red pants, red coat. I love to be like, people to be like, who is that? Or winter, right? Because I know you know this about me. A good faux fur.
Yeah.
I need like a faux fur moment. Like it needs to be colorful. It needs to be printed. I need to walk in a room and people need to be like, where did you get that faux fur and how much is it? That's the kind of faux fur. Even if it's from Forever 21.
Yeah, give it.
I need people to be like, where is that from?
I give it.
Beautiful. Okay. So I know you know this because you've actually been a part of it. I personally love to give back. I like to work with kids. You know, I worked in schools for a long time.
Sure.
I still work with kids. I mentor. I help them write essays. And you've actually worked with one of the nonprofits that I've worked with, and you came and you were there, and Dermaflash showed up, and you guys were flashing women for, 8-9 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got there, 5 a.m. to be filmed, and so for me, one of the biggest things that I like to know and what kind of all these questions lead up to is, like, you're doing all these other things in Chicago, but how are you making an impact? And for me, it doesn't even mean, like, giving back, but maybe, like, you know, you're helping out your sister or you're helping out your family or whatever it may be. So how do you feel like you're impacting the world?
I think I'm impacting the world with little friends. I'll call them little friends. And helping them to just see the world differently. I go to a little dance class every Saturday now, which is very fun.
I love
and I'm able to kind of impact this child by showing her the dance world and how beautiful it can be. And you learn so many different elements about your personality through some extracurricular activities, whether
Right.
it's painting, whether it's doing football or going to dance class. That is really, I think it's very important. The other aspect is every day at my job, I deal with consumers, and
Yeah.
I'm able to impact them by helping them feel much more comfortable with themselves. Your skin is the most important thing, really, because it really is your hello to the world. But sometimes as women, we're not as comfortable with stating, I'm a little nervous about whatever product, or I'm not sure what to do. And as some people think it's common sense for certain aspects, and in others it's a little bit more difficult.
Right.
So I think those are the two areas that I'm
That's
impacting.
perfect. I'm actually really happy that you talked about your job
Mm-hmm.
because I was actually going to ask you what is let's talk about your job, right?
Sure.
So you work customer service at Dermaflash. You deal with the customers, most of the time?
Most of the time now
Yeah.
that I've kind of segued into more of a management role.
Okay. I love it. Congrats.
Thank you.
I already knew that, but we can still. But yeah, so tell me what like a short day looks like for you. Like what an easy day. I mean, nobody really has easy days,
Sure.
right? But like what a quote unquote easier day would look like for you at your job.
Well, we actually have a partner, so I deal with them a lot.
Okay.
So I would say the easy day is really having meetings with them, talking through of our strategies of what we plan to do. Some of our vendor partners are actually in Manila right now, and we do have some partnerships over there.
Wow.
So the team and I kind of connect, and it's fun to be able to impact and to talk with a team that actually deals with the consumer truly on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
So that I look at that as easy because it's fun to talk through some of the scenarios and how we can make a better experience for the consumer. I think that would probably be like an easy day, if you will, for me.
Okay. And tell me about a long day. I mean, because we talk about me, right? And I know you see me and I know you know what I'm doing, but I'm all over the place, right?
Sure.
Like I'm at an event and then I'm with interns and then I'm at Rent the Runway where I ran into you recently and then I'm here filming this and then I go and I like do a return and then I go get drinks and then I wake up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday and go do photo shoots for blogs.
Yeah.
And typically those are slow days for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what a long day looks like for you. Something where like maybe you got a lot of things going on, maybe work looks really crazy.
Yeah. We have a couple amazing segments coming up. And
are you going to be on KBC again?
I am not. I am not. So we have a couple of segments. So when the segments come, that usually is a long day because we're dealing with, our vendors, our consumers, how's it going? Is there anything that we need to change dramatically?
Right.
Any problem solving that needs to happen immediately. So those tend to be somewhat long days. I have a couple of those coming up.
And do you have any like longer days where like maybe you're going to events afterwards? Because you go to stuff. I mean, you're in the world too.
I don't do nothing as in comparison.
Trust me, it doesn't matter. Still.
But the holidays are coming up, so you have holiday parties.
Oh yeah. You
so
get
here
a lot
they
of those.
come, and
right.
So that would be somewhat of a long day, dealing with like a segment, going to a holiday party, which they're coming.
Right.
But you take it step by step. I mean, you only can be yourself, in that short period of time. So if I'm at work, I'm at work. I'm not concerned about the event that's right around, in a couple hours. So that's how I kind of deal with it, step by step.
And see, the most important thing and kind of where I wanted to lead to with all this, because we're actually getting towards the end. This is a very quick segment.
Okay.
It's a very fast Q&A. It's kind of like a, you know me, I know you, but also just kind of leading up to the reason I wanted to do it this way and the reason we structure it this way is to kind of show women that we're kind of all doing the same thing,
Absolutely.
even if it's in different roles.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of like, generally women have so much on their plates, right? We do so many things and we take on so many roles. And what I think we lack the most on is our mental health. And so kind of where this leads me to is like when you have these longer days, how do you feel mentally, or how do you get through it mentally, or where are you at in that headspace that is kind of pushing you through these days to get through it? And how are you feeling sometimes? Like, are you overwhelmed? Are you stressed?
My first thing is my faith. That really kind of gets me through anything, any difficult problems, issues, whatever.
I know Mo is listening to this, and he is like smiling from ear to ear over there.
Yeah, that's really how I get through everything.
Okay.
I will, if I have like an hour before anything, I usually like listen to music, something gospel, and kind of mellow me out, get through my day, and I just think better. I think, in life you do have to be mentally tough, and I pride myself on continuing to do that, whether I'm upset or not. I try to think clearly with a level head, and it's hard to do that by myself. I definitely need my faith to do that.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. I like that. I don't do that. I'm not very faith-based.
Okay.
And, I respect other people for being it because I just didn't grow up that way.
Yeah.
So I think it's very different. But, Mo's tried to get me on the train, and I've kind of seen the light a little bit more recently with that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I respect a lot of what he does because we've traveled together, so I know how he is, and he kind of does similar things, and I've got friends who do it. So I think it's interesting to have that take because I never think about faith-based. For me, when I have like really, really long days, I meditate in the morning. I try to meditate every day.
Okay.
But I try to do a lot more of meditation. My anxiety has like gone through the roof in the last few years, but it manifests in different ways, right? Like I'll start to get a stomach ache, or I'll start sweating. That's a big one for me.
Okay.
And so I do a lot of like, even if I'm in my car or I'm walking, I'll like stop and I'll do these like heavy breathing for like 2 or 3 minutes where I'm just like to refocus, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of kind of what I wanted to get to was like, we deal with all these things, but how are you dealing with it mentally? And faith-based is awesome.
Yeah.
So to end this up really quick, tell me where you're at. Let's do like an ending check-in. Like tell me where you're at, not just today, but like in life. And you don't need to go too deep into it, but kind of like for me and how I was on the last one, and I'm kind of still that way today. I'm like doing all these things, but all these things for me are kind of building up to other things. So for me, I'm kind of in this building mode right now, and like I'm single and I don't really have time to date. I'm going on dates, but is it successful?
Sure.
No. But, free food is free food.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of in building mode. Like I'm building myself up. I'm trying to get to a place where like I'm continuously more comfortable, but I'm also showing different sides of myself to these people who already follow me and to friends and to family. So where are you? Like, where would you say you are in life?
I feel really good, Denise. I have to admit.
Love it.
I feel really good. I turned 39 this year, and
I know.
I have there's so many good things that are happening. I'm in a really great positive relationship, which is really nice. Everyone wants a great relationship, but you don't know that it does take work.
Right.
And it's okay for you to want what you want. Definitely not settling. So that is a huge, beautiful ending almost to 2019. My family is healthy and great. And I'm pushing. Work is not ending. We have a lot of beautiful things coming up. And I look forward to the world really seeing what the brand is really all about. And then just taking time for myself. I think it's so important to just as you said, when you're walking and you need that moment to just breathe. I think that is just immediately like so important. Like for women, as women, we definitely need to take care of ourselves.
Right.
Because we won't be good any other way.
Right. And so let's do a takeaway. Something you can say like, I want to end the show. Like, maybe somebody watches this and they're like, you know what, I really liked Alana and I really liked what she's doing, and maybe I want to reach out to her. Maybe she's in an industry that I'm interested in.
Sure.
And that's why I bring these women on the shows too, is so, maybe there are women watching that are like, this is really cool, I really want to do this. Or, because, I do things, but like, at the end of the day, I'm a white woman and I'm blogging and, I'm not really different. And so the idea is to bring on women who are diverse and in different groups and doing different things. So what is like one takeaway that you want to tell women? Somebody's watching this, Like, what is something that you're like, this is powerful, or this is what gets me through every day, or whatever it may be?
You know, I just thought about it, and then the first thing that came into my mind is actually how I got to Dermaflash. And the reason why is because I always loved my skin. I loved products, I thought it was cool, but I enjoyed it for me. And the reason why I thought about that is because when you stay true to yourself, no matter what it is, no matter what you like, you're always going to be rewarded. And I just happened to be rewarded by the fact of me loving my skin, of me getting a job at Dermaflash.
All right. That is actually a really great ending. So I'm going to take away from that, do what you love. You'll never actually work a day in your life. That's so cliche, right? That's not what this show is about.
Yeah.
But, thank you so much for coming on Chicago.
Love it.
And that's great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.